Hello everyone, welcome to Paper Phenomenon. I am Kathy King and I'm here for a weekly recap video. Today is Mother's Day, May 12, 2024. Happy Mother's Day to you all. I spent the most fabulous Mother's Day weekend with my Faith and my grandbabies. It was so sweet. I had a lovely time. They wore me out, but I had a lovely time. If I ever think that my Faith is a lot of work, I take everything back. Anyway, I've got loads to talk about with you all this week, so let's get right into the video. So, my older videos are being posted to my new YouTube channel. Thank you all so much for watching. We are just about to hit 3,000 and that excites me. I know I was way over 3,000 in my older channel, but hey, 3,000 in under a month is amazing. So thank you all for subscribing, and please continue commenting and watching the video from beginning to end. This is what is the most important thing. When you watch the video from beginning to end, it means I didn't bore you. And when you leave a comment, it means that I have said something, or my video was helpful enough for you to make a comment or ask a question. So thank you all very much. So I want to point out a few things which are really important before we get into the questions and going over the videos that we did for this week. To contact Paper Phenomenon, my email address is info@paperphenomenon.com. If you leave me a comment here on YouTube, I will always answer it, absolutely. But if you have any questions about purchases, it always helps for you to email me, because then I can look up your order number. So if you email me, you include your order number, and that'll enable us to look it up. So that's always super helpful. But if you feel the need to leave a comment or post on Facebook or anything like that, we will always direct you to info@paperphenomenon.com. I never want to talk about sensitive information on social media, especially about purchases. And then the second thing is my older videos. They're being uploaded to YouTube, and the date. If some of you have been interested in the date that they were posted, those are very important, because I have done so many things throughout the years, and I have pioneered quite a few things throughout the years, and those dates are important to me. So if you look in the description box, Dr. E said specifically, the date of the older videos being uploaded is noted at the bottom of the description of each video. If you don't see a date, the date of the published video is noted below the title of the video. All right, so those dates are included. So if for some reason you need to look up a purchase, you can't remember something, and you may have purchased it when the video was uploaded, that date will be somewhere in that description box, Dr. E says, at the bottom. All right, so hopefully that is also helpful. She's been working her little tail off on uploading all these videos, getting all of the descriptions. It's not just uploading the video, it's the descriptions, guys, with all of the information, links, all of that stuff. It is a huge undertaking. So I thank Dr. E from the bottom of my heart, because I would not be able to do it myself. I would just screw it. It's up in the air. It gets done when it gets done, because I would lose it. There's no way I can make projects, do this, do that. I cannot. That's why I always say there is no Paper Phenomenon without you guys and without the people who help me. So thank you all so very much. Fun stuff now. The videos that we uploaded this week, let's take a look at the YouTube channel. So here we go. We uploaded, and I say we, not me. So when you want to look at videos, here we are on the new Paper Phenomenon channel. Almost 3,000 subscribers. Very exciting. You want to click on, this is the home page. You want to click on videos. All right. So if you click on videos, that's where you see every video that was uploaded. So look at all of the goodies that Dr. E uploaded to this channel. Not only is she uploading, she is also making the cover pages, the thumbnails they're called. So she started off with the Sophia handbag. Then she did Picture Perfects Volume 4 and 5, the Snapshot Camera, which is this one right here. This is such a good project, and the mini album is amazing. It's really fun watching these videos from so many years ago. It's amazing. Boxable 2 through 12, the showcase videos with all of the, I completely forgot about this, the All Occasions albums. You guys sent me your All Occasions albums finished with photos, and I use those albums to make my Boxables, to make my 12 Boxables, and that was so much fun sharing the album with you guys. So thank you so very much for that. I completely forgot about that. So if you want to see lots of albums with photos, check out the Boxable videos. You will see the All Occasions album 2 with photos from your fellow crafters, not mine, from your fellow crafters. How I store my embellishments. That's a great video. You don't want to miss that. Also, Retro Thursday. Oh my goodness. I didn't watch this one. I have to go back and watch it. Where is Retro Thursday? I missed it. That is, there's Boxable 1 through 12, Snake Folio. Oh, there it is, Retro Thursday. This is my very first YouTube video back in 2009. This is when I used to use my Cricut really big time. So watch this video, guys. So fun. And then the Snake Folio. The Snake Folio is a freebie project that I did on YouTube. So if you want a freebie, guys, here is one of them. This will give you an idea if you haven't purchased any paper phenomenon tutorials. This will give you an idea of my teaching style. And hopefully you enjoy it. All right. And look at all of these Boxables. These turned out amazing. And the albums are, the boxes are great, yes, but the albums are super duper special because they came from you guys. Now, let's take a look at what we're going to do, what Dr. E will be uploading next week. So for next week, Dr. E is going to be uploading I know you guys are going to be excited about this video. So many of you have asked for it already. The how to resize a 12 by 12 sheet of scrapbook paper, digital collection, to an 8.5 by 11. I have Photoshop, and I show you how to do it on my version of Photoshop, but a lot of you do not have the same version I have. You probably have a newer version. So if anybody does it in any different way, when that video gets posted, please chime in the comments below to let everyone know what your method is, because that is going to be super helpful to everyone. All right, perhaps you use a free app, you use something that is different than mine. So please chime in the comments below. That would be amazing. Everyday Life albums, Everyday Life resize, 2 of the remix projects, 2 showcase projects, one by Janice and one by Patty, and that is on Sunday. And I also have a brand new Patty project that I have to share with you guys. It is gorgeous and it has pictures. So super amazing. So I got to talk to Dr. E when I can stick that in the schedule. All right. So then we're going to do envelope mini album tutorial, which is a freebie. CMC Lake Cafe recap video, the final review on that, and Journal Jam Q1 projects. That's also on Sunday. So it's going to be a fun Sunday, guys. All right, so you can watch that. That would be great. We got 22 questions this week. That is a big wow. Thank you all for your questions. Guys, sit back, grab your favorite beverage. Let's get into the questions because these are good. All right, so I clicked on the community tab right here, and this is how I find the post with all of the questions. So here this is the post that Dr. E made. The 50% off sale is still on through Mother's Day. It ends tomorrow. So if you want to take advantage of that, please do. And then here is the post with the questions. 22 questions. Let's take a look. All right. So our first question is, let's sort by, here we go. Let's sort from Paulson Ranch. Hi, Kathy. Will you be doing a box to hold all of the moving parts, or how can I resize one of the Boxables to hold the moving parts? That's a great question. All right, so I will not be creating a box for all of the moving parts. The box that I'm making is a box to hold one single folio. All right, it just had a brain freeze right there. To hold one single folio. However, you can resize that box, and yes, you can resize one of the Boxable boxes. You want to pick one that you'll be able to resize, but the beauty, I don't have to tell you how to, because the beauty about Boxable is that there is a worksheet, step by step by step by step, on how to resize the box that you choose. All right, so in Boxable there is a resizing worksheet, so check it out. You will be able to resize it. But the box that I make for this one is it's going to be a simple box, and you will be able to resize it to fit them all. I don't know that you want to, because look at this. All right, these are all 5 right here. I don't know that you want to. Look at this. But if that's what you want to do, you absolutely can. Next question is from Rebecca. Hi, Kathy. Just wondering, how would I go about adding the bonus layout in the album for moving parts? I've watched all of the videos and can only see the video for it regarding the reference album, but no video on matting it or adding to the final album. Bonus layout. Oh, we're talking about the moving parts 1 album. You would not add it to the full album. So the bonus layout is a replacement, not an addition. If you add the bonus layout, you would have to add another hinge, which would make the album pretty big. And then you will have to create another one for the back of it, okay? Unless you put a simple pocket. So the bonus layout, and she's talking about, so this is the first Moving Parts Project album. I have Moving Parts 1 and Moving Parts 2, the album. So here's a reference layout, and she's talking about this bonus layout, how to add it to the album. So the bonus layout would replace one of these, front or back, or you would have to create another hinge in your binding system and pick another layout for the back side. All right. It is not an addition. It is a bonus to replace. Or you can stick it to the inside cover pocket. You would not, this would be my recommendation. You would either not make this pocket on the front or the back, and you can stick it right here. Boom. And that would be your inside cover pocket. I hope that helps, darling. Great question. Question from Ruthie W. Have you ever done a YouTube video on setting eyelets? I know you use a special tool to get the back neat. I have a Crop-A-Dile Big Bite and trying to use it rather than purchasing another tool. To get a smooth back, the eyelet doesn't seem to be very tight. Your thoughts? No, I have not done a video on setting eyelets specifically. However, my eyelets do not work here. All right. My eyelets are slightly smaller than a 3/16. And there's a reason for that. I wanted an eyelet bigger than the 1/8 of an inch and smaller than the 3/16 specifically for tags and photo mats. So when I'm using a 3/16 eyelet, I would use this. When I'm using my eyelets, I would use this. All right, this is why I show this tool with my eyelets. All right, so if you're trying to set my eyelets on with the Big Bite, they're not going to set properly. If you're trying to set any eyelet with the Big Bite, they're never going to look the way like the way that my eyelets look. Never, because that's not what the Big Bite does. The Big Bite separates it and it opens up like a I say flower and I use that term loosely. All right. So you cannot use this on here. All right. Just if you don't want to if you don't want to use my eyelets because you have to purchase a new tool, then you purchase a 3/16 eyelet and an 1/8 inch eyelet. You'll be able to set that just fine on your Crop-A-Dile. And you don't have to use this size. I just like this size. The 3/16 is just too big. The 1/8 of an inch is just too small. This size is just right. All right. That's why I sell these eyelets. Thank you for the question. It was perfect. Next question is from Monique. Hi, Kathy. I'm seriously thinking of digital paper. Longtime crafter, but a newbie when it comes to digital paper. And I really love your designs. Thank you so much. You have a video about printing and resizing digital paper. Could you have Dr. E uploaded soon /ASAP? Please and thank you. Keep up the fantastic job. Love, love, love the P3 tape, by the way. I'm so happy you love the P3 tape. Yay. That makes me extremely happy. It's so, so good. I can't wait till every crafter tries it because they are going to feel exactly the same way. And yes, she is uploading it this week. So stay tuned. It's coming up in the lineup this coming week. So very, very exciting. There are so many of you waiting for that video. Thank you for the question, Monique. So this is a great question. It's about acetate and it is from Sherry Cook. Let's take a look at it. All right. So here Sherry is asking, on your master supply and tool list, you mentioned acetate 0.007 and 0.020. Which acetate is used for what kind of project? Can you substitute one for the other if you don't have them both on hand? Such a good question. The answer is yes and no, and I will explain. All right. The thicker acetate, which is 0.020, you can find these acetates in my shop, paperphenomenon.com. I use for boxes specifically. However, you cannot use it for album pages. Album cover, yes, not pages. All right, so that's where they're not interchangeable. The acetate 0.007 I use for pages. But have I used it for a box in the past? Yes, because I probably didn't have the thicker one on hand. So the 0.007 is interchangeable. The 0.020 not interchangeable, specifically for boxes or album covers, not for pages. All right. Now, again, I'll reiterate, the thinner acetate, you can absolutely use it for a box. Yes. But if you have the thicker one on hand, use the thicker one. All right. I hope this helps. Thanks for the great question. Re-engineered paper asked a great question, and I may get a little choked up on this one because this means so much to me that you guys are thinking about this. Wow. She says, hi, Kathy. This question isn't exactly for me, but for everyone. Someone actually asked about this on Facebook, and it was Lene Miller. Thank you, Lene. I think I got your name right, the last name right. It was Lene. And the next question is from Re-Engineered Paper, and it may choke me up a little bit because the fact that you guys think about this is wow to me. All right. So thank you for this question. All right, here we go. Hi, Kathy. This question isn't exactly for me, but for everyone. Someone actually asked about it on Facebook, and it was Lene. And there were some conflicting answers, and now I'm curious as to the answer as well. So they were wondering exactly what they can do to help your YouTube channel. You've mentioned watching videos to get views up, liking videos and watching them to the end. What about things like leaving comments? How important or how much does that help? And the other one, I thought at one point, I remember you and the moderator talking about watching the ads all the way through and not skipping them after 10 seconds. Does this help? And if so, how? Also, sharing your videos, and even when we hashtag link your name into the post we make, does that actually help? It'll be really interesting if you could actually break things down. Sorry about that. My voice cracked a little bit. If you could break things down, what we could do to help you and explain why it helps and how much it helps. Like what helps the most to the least, etc. If that even applies. I think when it comes to how YouTube works, most of us are pretty clueless. Thank you so much. One last thought. Does things like making a playlist with your videos make any kind of difference? Maybe it doesn't if it's private, but it would if it's public. Just things like that run through my head, and I'd love to know the answers to them. Sorry for the long questions / posts. Do not be sorry, darling. Thank you so much for this question. This is a great question, and I've got the 411 for you because Dr. E gave it to me because I know nothing. So the most important thing is watch time. When you watch someone's video, my video, anybody's video, and you fast forward or you skip through it, it doesn't count. You have to watch it from beginning to end, okay? Beginning to end. That tells the YouTube algorithm that the video was good enough for you to engage, all right? It helps the engagement metrics, okay? If you fast forward, that means I'm boring you, I am uninteresting, you don't give a crap about what I have to say, all right? Or with anyone, all right? This is for everybody, okay? Number 2, comments are included in the engagement metrics, okay? So if you comment, that means I've said something that was interesting enough for you to make a comment, right? Any engagement with the videos boosts the score in the YouTube algorithm a little. So comments are not as important as watch time. The most important thing is watch time. Thumbs up are great, comments are great, but the most important thing is watch time. That's what tells the YouTube algorithm it was interesting. All right. If you watch it for 2 minutes and you give it a thumbs up, it doesn't count. It doesn't count. Unfortunately, you gotta listen to me, guys. You gotta listen to me. All right. So any engagement with the video boosts the score in the YouTube algorithm a little. That's what Dr. E says. The most important thing is watch time. Now, creating a playlist, darling, and leaving it private, yeah, that would definitely not help my channel. And I don't think that creating a playlist would also help unless you hashtag me. Because when you hashtag me, that means that you gave me a mention, that my video was interesting enough to mention. And let's see, what other part of your question was it? So the bottom line is watch time is the most important thing that the YouTube algorithm looks for in order to circulate my videos to other people, not you, new people, because you already subscribe, you hit that notification button, you know that I'm going to post something, but to new people. And that is so important right now in the infant stage that my YouTube channel is right now, thanks to the disaster that was the digital collections. And I will talk about that a little bit. So hang in there with me, guys. All right. So skipping videos, very, very bad, guys. Do not skip through the videos. And she said another thing, thought at one point, I remember moderator saying, yeah, watch time. Yes. Sharing my videos is also great because sharing the videos goes out to your subscribers. So let's say if you have, 100 subscribers. When you share my video, your 100 subscribers watch my video. Doesn't mean that I don't know if your subscribers may not subscribe to my channel. So sharing my video on social media, on whatever platform you are, will share it with your viewers. So that will be also helpful. But the bottom line is viewing time is the number one thing. Thumbs up and comments would be number 2. All right. That's it. That's the bottom line. The commercials, skipping through the commercials, that has to do with how much revenue I would earn. If you skip through a commercial, then I don't, even if you watch my video, I don't earn any money. I only earn a percentage from YouTube when you watch the commercials, just like on television. That's why you can't fast forward them on television, right? So when you skip a commercial, I don't get paid through YouTube. All right. So can you watch a commercial? Thank you. I kid, guys. I kid. So that's the nitty gritty, guys. Watch hours is the most important thing. So thank you to everyone who are watching my videos, have them playing in the background. Thank you, because that is how I'm going to get my numbers up. Because I will tell you, losing my YouTube channel was a big hit for the King family. All right, big hit for the King family. I made an appeal to YouTube, but apparently they don't know who I am. My old email address, they can't find my channel. This is the response I'm getting. From YouTube. They can't find my channel. I know my email address. I know my channel name. Long story short, guys, it's just been so infuriating that I'm just focusing on this new channel, and I don't even know that I have the energy to deal with YouTube with how they handle things. I want to say that the paper collections have been added to my shop. The paper collections that had the elements in question that created this big mess, because the company has not responded to me, has not gotten back to me with anything about which elements I could remove from the collections to help alleviate their concerns, alleviate the infringement they think I caused on them. I'm happy to remove them, but they have not communicated with me. So I have to give a big kudos to Shopify. Shopify handle things in such a professional manner that I wish that YouTube would take a listen. They suspended the products from my shop. They suspended them. But they allowed me the time to respond. Then they sent my response to the person making the complaint. And if the person making the complaint did not respond to Shopify with the proper copyrighted documentation or a lawsuit against me, then they have no claim. This is the same information I was asking these individuals for the proof of copyright, for the elements that you think I'm infringing on. Because listen, I don't want to ever infringe on anyone's art, ever. First of all, I'm not even a digital designer, so I don't ever want to do that. So I was more than happy, more than willing to take out whatever they felt was elements, was a problem. But nobody wants to tell me what it is. And even after I was communicating with them still, and you shut down and you make these reports to YouTube and you shut down my channel, I don't care now. I don't care. The collections are back in my shop. Thank you, Shopify, for doing the proper way to handle this thing. Thank you so very much. And if they want to communicate with me and tell me exactly what I'm infringing on, I will be more than happy to remove it. But to make me remove everything, to shut down my YouTube channel, that was just so disgusting. There are 2 collections that I can honestly say that I had communication with, and those are not in my shop because I respect other people's art. But the people who haven't communicated with me and made all of these claims, creating all of these fires, if you want to talk to me, I am here. My email address is info@paperphenomenon.com. I will be more than happy to have a conversation with you and to fix whatever it is that you think I am infringing on, because I don't want to do that to you. I do not. All right. So please communicate with me, and I will be happy to take down update the collections with whatever information you think I'm infringing upon. I am happy to do it. So just communicate with me, please. Thank you. Let's move on to the next question, guys. Thank you, Re-Engineered Paper, for that question. It was great. If I left something out, just let me know. I'll be happy to address it. I just don't know the answer to it. I would have to ask Dr. E. All right. So the next question is from Rachel, and it is about P3 tape. Let's see. Hi, Kathy. In one of your other videos, you talked about an alternative for the P3 tape, and you can purchase in the UK. Could you please repeat where you can order it from and to find the video? Yes, I'll show you that. She's in Luxembourg, Europe, and I can't order as it won't calculate shipping to my small country. Got you, darling. So the tape, it's something you can use in lieu of P3 tape, but it's not the same, okay? It is more compared to masking tape. So it is My Creative Spirit, and that's the only one that I know of right now. So My Creative Spirit, and no, I do not have an affiliate link with them, but it's okay. It is okay. So please check it out. Perhaps Dr. E can drop a link in the description box for the tape for My Creative Spirit. All right. So you can pick it up there. And if anybody knows an alternative fabric tape that you can use to P3 tape, please feel free to leave it down below in the comments where people can order it overseas. That would be great. In the US, no thank you, because I saw my own tape. But overseas, yes. All right. Thank you so very much for wanting to use a P3 tape. And I'm so sorry that shipping overseas is so expensive. It's even gotten super ridiculous in the United States. All right. Absolutely ridiculous. And the service has not gotten better. But hey, it is what it is, guys. Next question. Rachel, Re-Engineered Paper responded to you. Sorry, I missed that. If you live in the UK, it's from Cool Cats Crafts. So apparently it's called Tiger Tape. Paul Ford, I don't know who that is, but Paul Ford uses their tape, and from what I can tell, it looks similar, and he uses it in the same manner that Kathy does to wrap chipboard, cover spines. I believe I've heard him say that it is more papery texture. My tape is not papery in texture. It is fabric with adhesive on it. All right, so there you go, Re-Engineer Paper. There's no paper involved except for the tape backing. All right, so check it out. She responded right in the community post. All right, so check it out. Hopefully that helps you out. I want everybody to make these projects, you know, to find the supplies that they want to supply, to find the supplies that they need to make the project. So please feel free to check out Cool Cats Crafts, and you'll see it in the community page, how you spell that. All right, let's get to the next question. Nana to you, I love that, Nana T to you, excuse me, has a great question. Hi, Kathy, would you ever consider selling your cardstock and tapes, etc. on Amazon? The reason I ask is because sometimes I want to buy your cardstock, P3 tape, and chipboard all at once. With the Prime, I wouldn't have to worry if it fits in the box or what the shipping would be. I'm on a fixed income, and saving on shipping really helps. Thank you for being the person you are and all that you give and do for us addicted pitas. Thank you so much, darling. It is my absolute pleasure. I am considering going back to Amazon so you guys can order on Prime. My only problem with Amazon is that two things. I have two issues with Amazon. The haters like to leave very bad comments, and you can tell that they're full of it because they're full of it. And then Amazon charges a huge fee to sell. So you will save on shipping with Prime, but it'll be more expensive than it would be on my site. So you have to weigh those pros and cons and see which one would be more economical for you. But the answer is yes. The answer is I'm thinking about it. But every time I say I'm thinking about it, I do it. So I guess the rating wouldn't matter so much on Amazon because my customers know what my products are and how they perform. So I guess it wouldn't matter if a hater or two gets on there and makes a bad comment, right? I guess it doesn't matter. So I'm thinking about it, darling. But just stay tuned. All right, stay tuned. Thank you so much for the question. The next question is from Cuddly Jeeps, and it's such a good one. Here it is. Hey, Kathy, been Paper Phenomenon junkie since before photo folios and photo folio minis. That's a long time. I don't think I've ventured away from anything since then. I'm a huge Jeep enthusiast. Did you know that I own a white Jeep? Let's continue. I'm a huge Jeep enthusiast and I love the outdoors and doing things with my Jeep gangs, groups. I have been looking for years for a Jeep / off-road paper collection. I can never find one or anything that is geared toward my enthusiasm. Some will have this or that, but why buy a pack of something for only one sheet of paper from the collection? My question is, how would you go about finding a designer to create something like this? Oh, say less, darling, say less. I'm working with a new designer and we haven't signed any contracts yet, so I haven't made any announcements, but I'm working with a new designer and this may be her next project. I own a white Jeep and I love my Jeep and I have a bazillion ducks in it. So I think it would be super cool to do a Jeep collection. So we're going to chat, all right, and see what you're looking for in a collection because I've never really thought about it, and see if we can pick the designer's brain to come up with a fabulous Jeep-inspired collection. Well, not necessarily Jeep, right? I don't want to get sued, people. But, off-road collection. It would be fun. Maybe with little duckies in it. That would be super cool. Thank you for the question. That was a wonderful one. I'm going to take a picture of my Jeep and share it with you guys so you can see it. Jackie Hart's question is a great question. You are not the first person to ask me this. I get asked this question quite often via email, so I'm going to answer it here. It says, not sure if I should even ask this. It's not craft related, but Kathy related. What skincare products / regimen do you use? You always look so nice. Thank you, darling. The lights help a lot. I will tell you that. All right. You always look so nice. So I thought I'd ask, although it may be too late for me. I'm decades older than you. Stop it. But hey, one can always try. So if this is improper, sorry if this is improper. And by the way, I love your projects. You are truly creative. Thank you, darling. I'm going to show you what I use. Let's change the camera view. All right, guys, don't get scared by all these bottles. It's a pretty simple regimen. Okay, so morning and night, I use this, and I've used this for years. And it is, if you buy one thing from everything that I have here, it would be this. And please tell them that Paper Phenomenon sent you, please. Please tell them that. It's called SK2. It's their facial treatment essence. I don't use anything else from their line. I have tried it. It's way too oily for my skin, okay? But this is amazing. And I'm going to tell you why it's amazing. I have no pores, and it is this, okay? This water, all right? I'm going to tell you right now, it's expensive, okay? But I will work my little tail off just to buy this, okay? Because this is how much I love it. It is, some people would say it's like a toner. It's the first thing I put on my face day and night. Sometimes I don't put it in the day, but every single night I put it on. If I'm running low, I don't put it on in the day and I just put it on in the night. All right. But day and night, if you can afford it, right? Sometimes I skimp, right? Then, followed by daytime. This is from Naked and Thriving. This is also amazing. Absolutely amazing. I use the Illuminate and the Protect. After this, oh, sorry, I skipped one. And then I use a serum. This serum, this might sound a little bit, I don't know, kind of gimmicky. But guys, I'm going to be 50 and I think my skin looks pretty good. I don't have any Botox. I don't have nothing on my face. This J-Lo serum is the best serum that I have used. I have tried Lancome, La Mer. I mean, you name it. Amora Vixa. You guys, you name it. I have tried skincare. This J-Lo serum. This serum, that's all I use. I don't use all the other creams because they're too oily for my skin. They make them so thick that it clogs my pores, so I don't like it. And I don't want to break out. So this J-Lo serum is amazing. It is called that J-Lo Glow Serum. So I use this first, then this. Then I let this kind of dry. Then I follow it by this one and this one. And all you use is one little boop, one little pump. It's a tiny, tiny little pump. So this lasts you a long time. It's expensive, but it lasts you a long time. All right. This is my daytime routine right here. I don't use vitamin C. I don't use nothing. I don't use no creams. This is it. My nighttime routine is only these two things. This is the Naked and Thriving Renew. This is it. I splash this on my face. Then I put this on my face. That is it. I don't use retinol, nothing. Retinol is wonderful, but it's too harsh for my skin, especially my neck. Oh my gosh, does all sorts of bad things for me. Then once a week, sometimes twice a week if I have a special event, I use this mask and it's called Hanicure. Okay? This is the craziest thing. I may do a video on this because but I don't want to do any other videos on here because it kind of screws up your channel. Then YouTube doesn't know what kind of channel you have, right? Whether you're a crafting channel or you're a beauty channel. So because I'm not a lifestyle person. So I'm not sure. I may do a beauty channel, guys, just to do these videos. And whoever's interested can watch it. Hanicure. I do this Wednesdays. Only Wednesdays. If I have a special event, I do it Wednesdays and Sundays. It comes like this. In a set of 4, you get 4 applications. You only have to do it once a week. You can even do it once a month. Depends, how much you want to keep up with your face. But this stuff, it's hilarious, guys. It dries in your face stiff and it makes you like all crazy. And if you laugh, you ruin it because it cracks. So don't be around any family members because you look so crazy, okay? You look so crazy. And the last thing I do, and I want to say I do it every night, but I don't do it every night. But at least 3 times a week. I do my infrared light mask that Broderick recorded me once. It was on my old YouTube channel. I do an infrared mask, all right? So that's it. Only those things. And I have nothing. I'm proud, not that I have anything against Botox, ladies. I will do some Botox if I need it. And I feel like I may have to start getting some pretty soon. But I have nothing on my face, and November 4th is my birthday, and I turned the big 50. So that's what I use, guys. If you buy any of this stuff, you tell them that Paper Phenomenon sent you. Because maybe, I may not get any crafting sponsors, but if I get any of these sponsors, I'll take it. All right? I will take it. All right, my friends, on to the next question. That was so much fun. Thank you for asking that question. It was perfect. The next question is from Pam Green, and it's actually for Patty Katai, but I think I can answer this one. She says, Kathy, I love this weekly recap. I want to thank Patty for the printable insert tutorial. I am working on figuring it out. My question is for step 27. Patty says she prints on the back side of the insert, and I'm trying to figure out why when we attach the insert to cardstock. There has been some cases, Pam, where Patty does not attach it to cardstock to reduce on bulk. She just does front and back printing. All right, front and back printing, and that's it. So maybe she forgot to clarify that in there, but it's your choice. If you want to mount it to cardstock, don't print on the back. If you want just the insert on the thin paper, print front and back. All right, so hopefully that helps. And Patty, if you'd like to chime in, let me know. Just send me a text message and I'll answer if I answered that incorrectly. Thank you so much for the question, Pam. Next question is from Lisa Davis. Which of your licensing agreements will the moving parts folios go under? That would go under the multi-project license, Lisa. Multi-project. All right. And it will include, if you get the multi-project, it will include all of the moving parts folios 1 through 7 right now. And I'm planning to do a total of 10 because I just can't end it at 7. So it will cover, if you get the multi for moving parts page folios, it'll cover 1 through 10. All right. And that's here on YouTube. So it's official, guys. That's a great question, Lisa. Thank you so much. All right, guys, the next question, I'm going to skip and leave it for the end because it's a long one. I'm going to try to keep it short, but I'm just going to, I don't want to think I'm skipping her question. It's from Andrea Ramirez. Hi, Kathy. I would love to hear about how you got started crafting and making it your business, like a recap. So I'm going to leave that one for the end, and we're going to move on to the next one. So Money or Monica is asking, I was wondering if there was a way to check if I have previously purchased a project so I don't end up with 2. I'm still trying to get together the ones I didn't download from the other website. I'm a project hoarder. That's okay, darling. Listen, we are always here to help. If you don't keep a list of your projects, Dr. E has a wonderful, wonderful download on Facebook. And I think it's up to date. If it's not up to date, she'll do it at her leisure because that's something that she does for us. So don't harass her about it. If you don't keep a project list, then you can always email Jane and ask her if you purchase X, Y, and Z. She may be able to look up your purchase history. The beauty about it is that when we switched websites, Jane was able to download purchases from 2019 to whenever my new website switched to the other one, right? So she will be able to look it up. If it's prior to 2019, we cannot help you, love. But 2019 forward, we can absolutely help you. So just send us an email with as much information as you can. Your email address, your first and last name. She'll tell you what she needs, all right? She will tell you what she needs, and she will be able to look it up for you if you don't keep a project list. But going forward, my recommendation is to keep a project list. And you don't have to keep a project list if you join the box folder, because you would just have to go into your box account to look it up. Your box account is your list. You don't have to keep any paper list if you join the project folder to look at your box account. And you look at your box account and you would see if you have the project or not. All right. But we're here to help. info@paperphenomenon.com. And if anyone ever makes a double purchase, all you have to do is email us, info@paperphenomenon.com. Put both your invoice numbers for the double purchase, and we will refund you or credit, whatever you want, refund or credit the second purchase. All right. So you never, ever have to lose your money. All right. I am happy to do that. So thank you so much for your purchases, guys. I don't want you to have 2 of the same thing. I'd rather you get something new. I'm happy to give you a credit. All right. So we're here to help. info@paperphenomenon.com. Next question is from Beatrice. Hello, Kathy. thank you and your team for the colossal work. Yes, we love you. Thank you, Bernice. I was just wondering, what is your favorite binding system? Thank you. My favorite binding system has to be the hollow hidden hinge. Yes, because it's just so perfect. Whether it's for an album that's not thick, whether the pages are thick or not, excuse me, it's my favorite binding system, darling. So there you go. Thank you for the question, Bernice. The next question is from G. Quatisi. Forgive me for butchering your name. She says, I recently purchased 2 of your tutorials. What is the best weight cardstock to use to wrap the album chipboard? Also, when using P3 tape, do you completely wrap your cover and spine after that with cardstock? Darling, you need to watch my video on how to use P3 tape. You don't use cardstock if you have P3 tape. No need. We are going to link you in this video below so you can watch that video. If you have the P3 tape, you don't need cardstock. If you're using cardstock, 80-pound cardstock is my recommendation, and I would love for you to try my cardstock out if you haven't. The likelihood of cracking, very, very low. When wrapping your album cover, also try, if you're not using my cardstock, make sure it's a smooth cardstock, not a textured cardstock. Textured cardstock increases the likelihood. I'm not going to say it's going to crack, but it will definitely increase the likelihood of cracking in the spine area. Also, when you wrap it around the chipboard cover. But if you're using P3 tape, you do not need cardstock for your album cover. So we'll link you in the description box below with that video so you can watch it. All right, because it's a good one. You should watch it. Thank you for the question. The next question is from Paula. When do I use magnet to magnet versus magnet to disc? Great question, Paula. Magnet to magnet when you are using chipboard to chipboard. All right, because with chipboard to chipboard, you want to recess the magnets. Okay, when for sure magnet to magnet. If you're using cardstock and it's a pocket and you're going to have quite a few items in the pocket as opposed to 1 to 2 photo mats, then you want to use magnet to magnet as well. Remember, it's magnet, tape, cardstock. Or sorry, magnet, tape, pattern paper. Then whatever items you're putting in the pocket, if you're going over 2 items, I suggest magnet to magnet. All right. But chipboard, if you're using chipboard, magnet to magnet. Hopefully that answers your question. The next question is from Sherry Cook. By the way, Paula, thank you so much for the question. It was a great one. Sherry Cook. She says, National Scrapbook Day is my first project with Paper Phenomenon, so I'm in learning mode. I'm ready to make the first portfolio cover. I've cut my chipboard, used the P3 tape. Wonderful. Yay, I'm so glad you love it. To put it together, but I'm not sure of the spine paper measurement. Oh no, what did I do? Kathy said 3/4 of an inch. 3 3¼ inches in the video, but said to check the cutting guide in the project folder. It has a measurement for the cutting the chipboard, but no measurement for the spine paper covering the chipboard. I'm good to go with the 3/4 of an inch. Yes, 3 3¼ inches is the paper for the spine for all of them. This one right here. 3 3¼ inches. This is where you cut this spine paper here. All right, that's for all of them. That did not change for any of the folios. All right, so 3¼ That is correct. All right, so hopefully that helps you, love. Let us know if you have any other questions. All right, so Dina Carroll. I use an iPad to access my box account. I cannot see what each project is on there. I have to open the video or tutorial and scroll to the very end to see the finished project. I'm a visual person. The names of the projects don't let me know what it is. Is it possible to add an additional photo to each project? Darling, I don't know what you're asking me, Dina. iPad is the same thing as an iPhone. And on every project, let's look at National Scrapbook Day, Moving Parts Folio, step 1, and then you pick your style. Let's say style 3. There's your how-to videos, and there they are. I'm not sure what you cannot see, love. So perhaps you can ask me, be more specific, because I'm not sure what you're seeing. All right? What you don't see. I'm a very visual person. The names of the projects don't let me know what it is. Yep, see, National Scrapbook Day, page folio, style 3, part 1, 2, and 3. Okay? So ask me again, because I'm not answering your question, but I'm not seeing I don't understand what you're not seeing. How's that? All right, let's move on to the next question. Thank you, Dina. All right, we're down to 2 more questions, guys, and these are from Facebook. Now, I will tell you, I'm not going to include Facebook questions in here anymore because it just becomes really hard to look here, look there, and everywhere for questions. So if you have a question for me, please include it in the community page, and I will show you where that is one more time, or I'm happy to do it over and over in these videos. But they're all good questions, guys. But I just wanted to reiterate, if you have a question for the recap video, make sure to leave it in the community post here on YouTube. And I will show you guys again where that is. So question from Wendy. White photo mats Kathy uses when matting an album. 1. Are these permanent? And do we place photos on top 1/8 of an inch smaller than the mat? When Kathy says 6x4 photo, is that the size of the photo and the mat is bigger, or is the size of the mat and the photo is smaller? Thank you in advance. Such a good question. I'm going to show you what you need to watch, but I'm going to answer your question very quickly. It depends on the project. The white photo mat represents the photo, which is a 4x6. So what we're laying it on is usually bigger than a 4x6. Let me show you in a project very quickly. All right, guys. So this project right here, this is style 3 on National Scrapbook Day folio. So this white is your photo. I use glue. But if you're giving this as a gift, then you want to use a repositionable adhesive. Use a glue stick, guys. They're super cheap and they work beautifully. All right? Because if I add photos on top of here, although there is room in here for photos. Look at this, see? But 9 times out of 10 with my albums, I want them to be nice and full and lush. So I use the white to show where your photo would go. Okay? So you would take it out and then put a photo in place. So if you're giving this as a gift, you would use repositionable adhesive. You would write the recipient a note, replace with photo, and you would tell them that what size of the photo would go there. All right. If you want to keep the white photo mat, you're getting into resizing territory. I would increase my spine by at least 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch if you want to leave the white photo mat. All right. At a minimum, you want to increase the spine, but then it's not a folio anymore, right? Not a folio no more. If you increase the spine, that becomes a full-blown mini album. Okay. So if you're giving this as a gift, I would use repositionable adhesive to remove the white, right? And write a note for the recipient. All right. It's the best thing to do. But with these right here, there is quite a bit of space in these, guys, for photos. So I think I tell you in which cases. I think it was this one that I went nuts with all of the inserts and stuff that's in here. This one feels quite chubby. So I would say the whites would be a replace and add photo. All right. So the white is always the size of the photo, and it's usually smaller than the matte. I mean, it is smaller than the matte. When I say 6x4, right? If I say this is a 6x4 photo mat, right? The matte is actually 6¼ by 4¼ The photo is 6x4. All right. When I say 6x4 photo mat means 4¼ by 6¼ Photo is 6x4. But I want to show you something, and this is going to kill two birds with one stone. So let's change the camera view, friends. All right, Wendy. If you go to my YouTube channel for asking questions, and for everyone who does not know this, when you go to my YouTube channel, you're usually in the home. And let me show you what that looks like. Oh, all right, home, right there. You go to the community page, and that's where you find the post to ask the questions. This post right here, all right? Paper Phenomenon Report. This is where everyone asks the questions for this specific recap video. All right, so let's go back to home. Now, what I would love for you to watch is the following. So to search on my channel, you don't search up here, all right? Not here. This is to search YouTube. But to search on my channel, right here where it says home, video, live, playlist, community, you see this little search icon here? When you click on here, you can search right there for you, Wendy, specifically, and anybody else who's wondering, photo mats. Let's search for photo mats. And whatever I did with photo mats comes up. And I would like you to look at watch this video right here. Pro tips, how to make photo mats, part 1. And there's a part 2. All right. So watch this video. It answers all of your questions. It gives you my go-to dimensions for photo mats. And I even show you how to cut my cardstock, how I cut my cardstock, and when I use the white paper and when I don't use the white paper. So check it out. It's a good one. All right. Great question. Thank you so very much. All right, last question of the day, guys. I apologize for asking this again. This is from Yolanda. I apologize for asking this again, but in the albums where there is a binding pocket, does the backside of the page get glued to the outer part of the binding pocket from the front and the free edge of the front page? Hopefully that makes sense. I think so. I think so, Yolanda. So I brought this out because it all depends on the project. In the tutorial, I tell you exactly where to add your page. It changes from project to project. It's never the same. So I cannot answer this question because I don't know what project you are working on. So I see that some comments, a few people left some answers here. So I have to go back and look to see what their comments are. But it really depends on the project because this is the reference guide. So let's say like this flap, this would be your binding pocket, right? The binding pocket, binding edge. And this is the free edge. See, I have something attached to this side and I have something attached to this side. So I'm not really sure. I have something attached to this side, something attached to the free edge. So it all depends on the project, darling. Unless I'm not understanding your question, and if you can ask me more specifically, I will be happy to answer it. Make sure that you leave it in the community page so I can answer it in next week's video. Or if you need a more immediate answer, you can send us an email to info@paperphenomenon.com and we will answer your question. All right. Make sure you let us know what project you're working on and perhaps the page of the tutorial. That would help because every tutorial is different. Guys, this was such a wonderful recap week. Is this the second week in a row that I do that? Recap week. Thank you so much for your questions. It was so great. Love that you guys are thinking about these things and I'm happy to answer them all. So thank you so much. Oh, see, I almost forgot. How did I get started? All right, guys, really funny story and I'll be super duper quick about it. All right. So back in 2004, 2005, I got a free gift from Avon and it was a scrapbook. with stickers. It was a post-bound album, and I had no idea what it was. I never scrapbooked, never ever scrapbooked in my life. And I was like, what is this? So I looked it up online, right? I went to the Avon website, I guess, and I looked it up online, and I saw that you put pictures and you scrapbook on it, right? It's all downhill from there, guys. So I quickly got bored. It was 8.5 by 11, by the way. It was not 12 by 12. I quickly got bored with scrapbooking that way, and I started buying kits, scrapbook kits. I was getting like 15 kits a month, guys. It was ridiculous, all right? I started creating all sorts of memories with my Robbie just so I could scrapbook, okay? And again, quickly got bored with that. I started making my own little mini books. This is back when the Cricut message board was the place to be. And I remember one specific website. It was called Scrap Goods. I don't know if you guys ever received a kit from them in the past, but I made a mini album out of paper bags. And this just goes to show how everything comes around and around full circle. Because all this mixed media thing, I did it back in 2005, okay? I wish I had this paper bag album, and I wish I had pictures of it because it was pretty amazing. Anyway, I made a paper bag album with giant grommets to bind it. These giant grommets. On the cover of it, I used deco textured paste, and I slathered the paste on there, and then I used a snowflake ornament and stuck it in the paste to imprint to make the impression of the snowflake. And then I put glitter over it, and I did all sorts of inking white. It just looked like a winter wonderland. And then in that impression, I also added glossy accents. So it was gorgeous, okay? So this texture with the paste and the stencils and this and that, people, I did it in 2005, all right? It's been around forever, all right? Forever, mixed media. But apparently it's all the rage now, right? So anyway, I posted this album to Scrap Goods website, and I got so many questions and so many people asking me for how-to videos, etc., etc., etc. So I would post everything, right? Then on the Cricut message board, I would make these 3-dimensional handbags based off of handbags that I used to see around, right? Based off of real life handbags. So I sold my what are now called SVG files. Back then they were called cut files for Cricut. I don't know if they still are. I don't make them anymore, so I don't know. So I used to sell my files. So I started off very small. When there's a demand, that's when you offer your services. If there's no demand, then I would have not offered my services. So more and more people became interested in what I had to offer. And then I got a camera, and then I started making mini albums and videos. I got a patented binding system, just all sorts of things. And a lot of people poo-pooed the patent on my binding system, but the reason why I got the patent on my binding system was because it was an accomplishment for me, not because I didn't want anybody to use it. Ugh, people, I tell you. Only because it was an accomplishment. I was able to patent one of my ideas, and I thought it was just amazing. So that's it. Where there was a demand, I filled the demand with my product, and that's how I started my business. And I continue to try my very, very best to be unique in everything that I do, not a spin-off of anybody else's stuff. And I think that's why you guys keep on coming back for more. So thank you so much, guys, from the bottom of my heart, whatever that means, whatever that is. Just thank you for hanging out with me year after year, for loving the projects and appreciating everything that I do, and valuing my hard work, because there is a price tag for all of my projects. And thank you that you all value them as much as I do. And I appreciate that so, so very much. So it all got started, babe, with a Avon scrapbooking kit that I got back in, I'm going to say it was 2005. All right. I know that 2005 was when I was a member of Scrap Goods. So I don't know if that's when I think the Avon kit was in 2004. So back then is when I started posting. All right. Back then. And it was such a blast. It was such a blast waiting for those kits in the mail and all that stuff. It was great. So that's it, guys. That's all I have for my weekly recap. And if you have any questions, make sure you look for the post for questions in the YouTube community for the video that will go up next Sunday. Let's see. And I'm a little late this Sunday because I have my grandbabies. But next Sunday, May 19th. So ask your questions and your question will be answered May 19th video. So I hope you all had a wonderful Mother's Day and you did something you loved, and enjoy the rest of your week. And thank you all so much for watching these videos to the very, very end. This is Kathy with Paper Phenomenon, and until next time.